I was born on July 1st, 1968 at 12:31 a.m. in Youngstown, Ohio, to my parents, who had immigrated about a year before so that my father could study medicine here. They brought with them my older sister Sue, born 2 years earlier, and had my younger sister Helen 2 years later. My maternal grandmother had arrived that very day, June 30th, and my mother dutifully released me to give my proud grandmother her justification for coming to live under her son-in-law's roof. My mother being her only offspring and having been widowed when my mother was only 3. I don't recall exactly what age I was when I realized that I had been born in the middle of the year, June and July being the 6th and 7th months of the calendar, in the middle of the night, in the middle of the hour, the middle child to culturally transitioning parents in the Midwest. I myself was caught between cultures, which perhaps was what all the metaphoric liminality was harking to, a bit of overkill perhaps by the divine author of this karmic play. July 1st was a Monday that year, a moon day, which suits me well as the moon is in my Cancerian sign's ruling planet. Moody and sensitive, obsessed with nurturing and being nurtured, especially by my mother. It was another challenge thrown into the mix that my mother was much too full of her own bitter disappointments, dissatisfactions, and need for spite to have provided that nurturing. Nurturing that not receiving, I yearned for and struggled to find substitutes for all of my life. I said earlier my mother dutifully released me, but she once told me angrily that I had been born a few weeks early, demanding to come out when I did. I sensed that I was a shock to her on a few levels, being her first experience with a hospital delivery, perhaps compounded by her still recent acculturation. I know my mother was under general anesthesia when I was born, and yet could feel the cutting of the episiotomy, though unable to cry out. She remembers thinking, "It shouldn't be this painful." In a later rebirthing experience, I recall feeling overwhelmed with grief, the wailing newborn, aware that her mother was, for all intents and purposes, dead to her. I was also left in the hospital a few days afterwards, as I had been born with jaundice, a condition which metaphysical teacher Louise Hay attributes to prejudice, external and internal. And so the stage was set for my entry into the world.